Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your sister from another Mr. ThickChickVlogs. Oh, and before I go any further, in case somebody wants to know what I'm wearing on my lips, I am wearing Sangria by Clean Color. Okay, these were $1 holla from shopmissa.com. I heard that they're all sold out now on most of the darker colors. Now, bitch, I am one of the reasons why they're sold out because, girl, when I tell you I did go ham and cheese, okay, girl? Look, okay? Yeah, I got every single color that they had, girl, and they do have some gorgeous colors. If you guys really want to see, like, all of the cute colors that they have, and there are a lot of really, really nice colors, yeah, a whole lot of really, really nice colors, go over to my other channel, and I have an entire 25-minute video with lip swatches of all of the colors that, that I have here. And like I said, they were only $1 holla, and these are, Madly Matte lip glosses. So these are lip glosses that dry matte. So yeah, and they are gorgeous for $1. Quit playing. So head on over there. But anyway, basically, as you can see from the title of this video, if you don't have the money to tip, don't go out to eat, okay? This is the great debate that we're going to have, and I don't want you guys to slap me in my face and be like, thick chick, fuck you, motherfucker. It ain't nothing like that. Like I said, this is a great debate. Y'all know how sometimes I like to have a little bit of debates, bitch. Seriously, just gonna, you know, just fuck up a sentence like that. Sometimes I like to have debates here on my channel, and I thought this was the perfect time, of course, because something happened to me and the Juice Man last week, and also I saw DL Hughley. Y'all know I talk about DL Hughley all the time. I follow him on Facebook, and today, 2 hours ago, he posted a photo that says, if you don't have money to tip at least 18%, don't go out to eat. Now, of course, a lot of people will beg to differ about that whole little situation right there, and that's one of the reasons why I want to have this little bit of a debate. Again, we can agree to disagree on every single aspect of this whole concept. Trust me, we can, but please be respectful. Don't be on here cursing nobody out and all that type of stuff. I mean, it really is not that serious. But I can only speak for Thick Chick and also the Juice Man. Me and the Juice Man are one of those types of people that we feel like you should always tip whether you have good or bad service. Now, I know some people might be like, bitch, what? So you mean to tell me you will tip somebody if they have fucked up service? Let me tell you about Thick Chick. Thick Chick don't sit down in no restaurant where she just has completely fucked up service. Now, of course, we go to these fast food restaurants and they might fuck up your order. And you might be, you know, drive off and get home and they, you know, you have some shit that's totally wrong in your bag. But when it comes to sitting down in a restaurant and receiving fucked up service, ThickChickVlogs is one of those people that will call your manager, okay? I will call your manager. So I'm one of those people who don't, you know, if I'm paying money for something, you're not about to just, you know, treat me no any old kind of way. So I'm not one of those types of people who stand for that shit. So I've never really had a horrible experience when it came to sitting down at a restaurant because I just don't stand for that type of shit. You know, if especially I'm coming in there, I'm being cordial, and I'm not one of those types of people that run servers ragged. I'm not one of those people that give me this, give me that, give me this. I mean, all I really ask for is, you know, is that you refill my drink, and I don't drink sodas like that. So if I, you know, if I drink a soda, you know, if you wait 5 or so minutes to refill it, okay, that's cool. As long as you don't, you know, don't refill my soda for the entire duration of my visit, I'm cool, okay? So again, me and the Juice Man are one of those types of people who always tip. And like I said, seeing this photo that DL Hughley posted this morning prompted me to want to get on here and have a debate with you guys. Basically, last week, the Juice Man and I went out to eat dinner. And family, let me tell you something. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This young lady, I mean, I don't know if it was her first day. Maybe she was having a bad day at home. Maybe somebody in her family, you know, passed away or something. I don't know. But she wasn't, you know, she wasn't the greatest server. But like I said, I don't know her situation. She could have just came off training or anything. She refilled our sodas a couple of times, but I could tell she was a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of people that were in the section that she was working in. So of course we weren't like, you know, come here, refill my soda. I mean, I could see that she was a little bit stressed out in the situation that she was in, especially if you're a person who has ever worked in customer service. You probably might have a little bit of a different outlook on the situation. Now, I've never myself personally worked in a restaurant setting, but I used to be a team leader for this inventory company, and we used to work with different people all the time. So I totally understand how, you know, you have to conduct yourself when you're working with customers. But I also know that, you know, if you're being treated a certain kind of way, that they have higher ups, people that you know, can go to and explain, okay, this person's not doing this, doing that, doing this. Especially if you're paying a bill, you definitely don't want to sit in a place where you're having horrible customer service. That's just my opinion. So the juice man and I, like I said, we always tip no matter how the service is. But this particular day when we were out to dinner, this young girl, it was like, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 people sitting in one of the sections. No, not just the entire section, but one party. It was like 4 or 5 people. And these people, I could clearly tell that they were running this girl like fucking crazy. I mean, every 2 seconds they were calling her. Every 2 seconds they wanted something different. Oh, can you bring her this? Can you bring another hot plate? I mean, they were literally running this girl like it wasn't nobody's business. And when they got up to leave, they didn't leave this young lady no tip. And the juice man saw that they didn't leave anything on the table for this girl. So the juice man went in his wallet and pulled out a $10 bill and sat it over there on the table. Because like I said, you can clearly look at this young lady's face and tell that she was going through a little bit of something. And he didn't want her to come back over there and, you know, bust his table, whatever she had to do, and not see a tip over there. So he took $10 out of his wallet and put it over there. Juice man is just that type of person. And like I said, these people were literally running her like, you know, absolute fools. Now, if anybody should have had any complaints, it should have been the other people in the section, because hell, they were taking up all of her time. But a lot of people don't feel like they should have to tip. And again, we can agree to disagree on this. Like I said, I'm one of those people who feel like a person should always tip. Whether you feel you have good or bad service, you have bad service, you should definitely tell a manager. You shouldn't sit in a place having bad customer service when you are paying your money. That's my only thing. I'm going to read you some of the things that people said underneath D.L. Hughley's photo, and I want you guys to chime in, okay? What I want you to chime in on is, are you one of those people who feel like you're obligated to tip 15%, or do you feel like you should only have to tip if your service was good? Or are you one of those people who feel like that the restaurant should pay the servers more and it's not your job to tip the servers? Let me know down in the comment section below. Remember, we can agree to disagree. Just because I feel like, you know, people should tip doesn't mean that you might have the same opinion. So I just want you guys to, you know, understand that I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just saying we are the type of people that always tip, because you never know what a person is going through. They might just be having a bad day. I mean, as long as the person not just being completely like a total bitch or asshole to you. Maybe if you get your soda, you know, if she don't bring you your soda and, you know, you take your last sip and she not running over there to grab your cup, you know, I don't think that counts as being bad customer service. Now, if you have a waitress who is just, like I said, have total bad attitude, just being a total asshole, total wank, you know, you definitely need to call their manager, because that's not something that you have to stand for. But if this person is, you know, a couple of minutes late refilling your soda or something like that, and if your food comes out wrong, then, you know, I think a lot of people need to understand that, you know, it's not the servers that are cooking your food. They're not going to sit there and dig around in your food to make sure no onions in it. True enough, if they told the cook no onions and you get it, it's onions in it, you know, I don't think you should snap on your server. I mean, they're not the one cooking the food. So just, you know, I just think, you know, sometimes people go through a little bit of something, and I feel like people shouldn't, you know, go ham and cheese on the servers and decide that they don't want to tip them, especially half of the time when they're running them like crazy. But again, I want everybody to leave their opinions down in the comment section. Now, let me read you some of these comments. Somebody said, I don't think so. For me to tip is because I got great customer service and amazing food. If those two things fall short, so does the tip. Somebody else said, how about we hold the restaurant industry accountable for paying all of their employees a decent wage? A tip is supposed to be an added bonus to base pay, not a countable wage. Okay, let me read on down a little bit further. Somebody said yes and no. If you had good customer service, not perfect but good, then you should tip. But if they weren't doing their job, standing around texting, getting orders consistently wrong, then no tip. I believe in karma, and I'm in the industry where my job is mainly tips. But if I give a bad, boring performance, I don't plan on being tipped good myself. Somebody else said, I believe in tipping big. Most servers make less than minimum wage and work for their tips. Cheap people annoy me to no end. Next comment. I had a server at this Italian restaurant. Some young white guy actually left me a damn note when he bought me my bill and said tips are greatly appreciated. That pissed me off. I guess he thought the black woman wasn't going to leave a tip. I shouldn't have left him anything since he wanted to ask. I always leave a tip whether service is good or poor. The amount I leave varies on the quality, however. I'm going to read two more. I'll tip 20 to 30% if the service is good. If the server attends to us well and is kind, refills our drinks, pre-busses so that we aren't sitting in filth, and our food is rung up correctly, he or she gets a good tip. I don't base my tip on actual food or time it took to get it to me, because that is the kitchen's fault, as I mentioned. If you have a nasty attitude, you get nothing. I don't care about your personal issues. I had the same job while in college and working another job and dealing with the death of someone I love dearly. Oh, wow. This is coincidence. I just talked about this. Love dearly and being pregnant. I smiled and was kind and got the tips I deserved because I left the personal issues at home. Which that is a, you know, that is a great point. You know, you shouldn't bring your problems to work. But I know a lot of people, you know, handle situations in, you know, in different ways. So I totally understand that if you had a problem with your husband at home, you shouldn't bring that to work and, you know, fuck up my customer service experience. But again, if I'm one of those people who have a horrible customer service experience, then I'm going to call your goddamn manager. I'm just saying. But I don't know. I just feel really bad not tipping. But anyway, let me keep reading. Read one more comment. Somebody said, laughing my ass off. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not giving 20% of ish. I will give what I can if I can. I will gladly grab my own damn plate and drink. Better get your dining room prancing ass a second job. That is why I hardly ever go out to eat. Bill may be $80 and someone is expecting extra money. The only reason I love Michael Jordan, he don't allow that ish at his establishment. If your part not, she can't even write. If your part not in that $80, then, oh, well, I don't know what the fuck she meant by if your part not in that $80, then, oh, well, okay, I get what she's saying now. Basically saying if your tip is not part of that $80, then, oh, well. Take that up with your boss and attorney or HR, not me, the customer, trying to have a good time without giving up half of my damn rent. I got to read some of the replies to that. I'm sorry. I got to read some of the replies to that. I got to. Somebody said, isn't Black History about happy to be nappy, yet you used it in a derogatory form? You stay blessed too. I don't know what that meant. But anyway, somebody else said, if you are concerned about spending bill money, your ass ought to not be dining out, period. I suggest, since you feel so strongly, stick to takeout. Then you can grab your own plate and drink and not have to worry about said dining room prancers who are there to serve your ungrateful ass for that $3 an hour, in hopes that maybe some pretentious people like yourself will have the decency to tip. You say, what if I can? Well, you obviously did have it and can, in a matter of fact. So spare me the I'm entitled to great service for free script. So basically, this person basically said that if you feel like your motherfucking ass gonna be spending your bill money on tipping, you shouldn't be out, you know, at a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant. You should take your ass to McDonald's, Burger King, Hard, or some shit like that if you can't tip somebody. Which I can, you know, I totally get what that person is saying. You know, if you feel like, you know, you can grab your own plate and drink. If you come to a sit-down restaurant, no, you can't grab your own plate and drink. You can't be walking your ass back there to the window talking about finna going over here and refilling my drinks. That's all part of the dining experience being served, okay? That's part of the dining experience being served. So, but yeah, I'm not going to read any more of that. But I want you guys to let me know, what do you think about tipping? Are you one of those people who only tip if you receive great customer service? Or are you one of those people who tip regardless of whether you had mediocre service or great customer service? Or are you one of those people who are like me that always tips, and if you have bad customer service, you make sure you call the manager? That way you are, you know, getting what you're supposed to be getting for the amount of money that you're spending. Let me know everything down in the comment section. Also, one more thing. Let me know if you think 15% or 10% or however much you tip is a fair amount to tip servers or waitresses, or do you think that's too much to be tipping people? Or do you feel like you should just leave what the hell you want to leave. Leave it all down in the comment section below. And I can't wait to read some of this stuff. Y'all remember, we can all agree to disagree. Just because I'm one of those people who feel like you should always tip does not mean that you have to feel the exact same way. But please, let's all be respectful to each other, because we can, like I said, we can have a debate and not, you know, jump down each other's throats. Can't wait to read, can't wait to read you guys' comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.